Hi folks, another sort of a meadow painting. They're all different. Using three colours, I'm going to see if I can get away without using the black. I'll just use cadmium yellow pale, I'm not sure about the cadmium red I've got. I've got cadmium red light out there, it's a Griffin colour, which is fast drier. But I do prefer the cadmium red, the ordinary cadmium red. So I'll use that instead. And we'll start with a bit of a sky, and we'll put some landscape underneath it. So, keeping it simple, I'm using not walnut oil for this one. I'm using a mixture of fast drying linseed oil and refined linseed oil. I bought this some years ago and probably down in Truro. Anybody living in that area in Cornwall, Truro, well, when we were there was like a warehouse selling art materials, paintings, really good, and a cafe. A marvellous range of colours, an absolute emporium for the artists. And I'm mixing it in with some of this fast drying oil, drying linseed oil. But I'm not really bothered how long it takes to dry, because I just paint them, and when they dry, eventually I just stack them somewhere. Or I might take some up to a local gallery framer, David Skingle. It's Sackville Galleries in Stafford Road, Wallington, where I live. I'll give him a plug. He's a wonderful framer, very nice guy. And he sells my pictures from time to time. Not enough, but every little helps. I've just done one for Patreon, so I'm not neglecting my followers on YouTube. So let's put a sky in. Bit of blue, bit of red, bit of white. The white is Griffin. It's a Winsor & Newton fast drying oil. Plenty of oil, just to cover. Okay, right, we've done that. Let's put in some light. Clean the brush. I'm not using any brush cleaner interim, because the stuff, well, it's quite toxic, and I clean the brushes in small finger at the end, and then give them a finish with some dishwasher fluid, liquid. Okay, so red, yellow, white. More red. I'm not thinking about a finished painting, or even any idea of a finished painting. I'm just putting the paint on to cover the the board. It's MDF, 2mm MDF. Whoops, and it's just fallen off. Let's trap it in that one a little bit. Okay. Should be right now. Last thing I want is that to fall in the paint. I can't really show you the mixing because of my camera, but I'm still after information on the Logitech webcams. Not the expensive ones, but the C920 Pro. That, for anybody that's using one, can you let me know, please, how easy it is to pause to go and answer the phone or make a cup of tea or coffee. and then come back and just press play, and it carries on recording without a break in the video. I'm sure they do. You can do that. When I started off with a webcam in 2013, when I first started this filming, I only had a cheap webcam that was recorded in 12:9. You know, the old TV format. Well, that was all right. But I think I used Windows Movie Maker or Windows Movie Player, which was came with that software installed, I think. I'm not sure, but somebody said there was contacted me to say there is a free program. I'm not going to pay for one. I'm only an amateur. We'll blend all this, right? Get a bit of softness. It's too bitty. Let's just let it nurdle in the oil that I put on. I'm using loads of oil. It's all shiny. Right, let's get some dark back in that. Right, but that's a start. So let's put in a bit of a little meadow. Load of oil. Just get a bit of dark in this meadow so that it'll counter change the lights. I might start to think about using some alizarin crimson instead of the cad reds. Just adds a little bit of flexibility to the mix, but I'm trying just 3 primaries. I'm trying to get you to take this up, to try oil painting. This board, this 2mm thick MDF, is a glorious surface to work. It's very, very light in weight. I'll show you. Show the one I just done on the page for Patreon. Look, it's very, very thin. It's 2mm thick, and I just rub one side down with coarse, very coarse belt sanding paper, and then seal it with a dilute PVA glue, and then when it's dried, which it doesn't take very long at all, it's more or less seals the surface. You could probably give it a couple of coats if you wish, and if you really want to push the boat out, go and mix it with some plaster, some household filler, in your PVA glue, and you'll get a nice rough gesso. But at the moment I'm painting thin, I'm painting oily thin. And I want to get just a little bit more colour back in that now. Got a bit of. I'll let that dry off a little bit. I'll just go down this horizon here. Want a bit lighter there because I'm going to put in my trees, background trees. Right, let's just flatten it out a little bit. Oh, just play around till you get something you like. Doesn't have to be realistic, we're sort of abstracting all of this. Admittedly, it's not on plein air, it's on plein air in my studio. Why would I want to go out in plein air? I can invent it. Just get the bit there. Right, now some smaller brushes. I think don't know if that one's any good. I think it's got paint on all the bristles. This one I must have neglected to clean it some time ago. But right, well, let's try a bit of green. So blue and yellow, plenty of medium, bit of red. That'll make it go darker. Bit of dark. This is just a lead in. I'm not trying to do a finished tree or anything like that. I'm just doing what you would see on a walk in the country. And just a bit of blue now. Just put a distance in here. And we'll have some other trees, some bigger ones going in further down here. what I want is just a dark horizon so that I can counter change the light grasses. So that's why I do this unrealistically dark shadow. But it gives me a bit of counter change. Let's just bit of green. So no black on this one. Sorry, my head's in the way, but alright, I want a bit more dark in that base of that. I really want to, well I don't, I've really got to do some watercolours for all my watercolour followers, but I'm enjoying this so much that I'm afraid watercolour just doesn't give me the buzz that this does. I know I'm painting sort of simple paintings here, but I'm having a lot of fun with them. And I know I'm picking up other subscribers from people that actually like this. These sort of rural scenes, well, living in the UK, is fast disappearing, I'm afraid. That's not showing up there. Picking up a little bit of light, so I have to make very, very light yellow there. Touch of red in that, as you will. Very gentle, just tapping the sometimes I forget what I'm going to say because I get lost in the painting and no, I want a bit of this dark green. So if you want a dark green, just add red to a darker mix of the yellow and blue and you'll get a nice right, just get that lovely and light now. Just catching the light from that cad yellow, red is very, very strong. But I don't want, I want the sort of orangey glow on these. Why you've got to put your darks and lights in to be able to counter change. Alright, well we'll let that go for a minute. Let's go back into the meadowy stuff. Let's try this brush here. So, very light, orangey. Keep everything soft. It'll get some of the grasses coming up into that stand of trees. And we'll get a nice bit of yellow. Oil, don't forget your oil. I hope I'm not masking you. If I am, just shout louder. Now we're putting a little bit of grey, bit of shadow. Soft, like that, get some real good lights in there. Put some green grass in there, I think. Right, now we've got to really turn that into a bit of meadow now. So thicken up the paint a little bit. So the oil lets what's underneath show through a bit, and a great exponent of that was Renoir. But I'm not suggesting I'm Renoir, but right, we'll put a bit of rough foliage in there, I think. So a bit of green, so blue, got a dark green and a bit of red in there, a bit more blue. just some thistle sticking up there. Now I want to get a light patch across there, so plenty of oil. This is the key. Just get a load of rough stuff in here. Right, I wonder if we could get a figure in there. Just walking in that meadow. We'll have to have a nice bright red. Oh yeah, too big. My head too big. Just made the body a little bit bigger. Bit better. Let's have a white shirted figure now. So a bit of red and yellow. Oops. Good flowing dress. I think it's still a little bit too large. Quite tricky, that is. I'll just paint a bit dark around it. Well, that'll do. Nothing more than that, really. Okay, so there we are. That's all I'm going to do to that one. I can't put it in a frame because I haven't got one for that. That's just a bit of an offcut after I cut some boards. So I'm going to cut and prepare some more boards now. Right, well, let's zoom in on that so you can see what I've done. There we are, sort of a meadow. I might, when it's dry, just put a few bits of trunk in there, but it's a bit bit difficult on something so small. But I hope you enjoyed that, folks. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.